My go fun and Melonine and well met indeed. I'm Dirthang and welcome back to Middle-earth as we continue on as the Ar-Adûnâim. Last time we absolutely schooled Mordor and we are going to do so again today. So our primary army is now led by Captain Indrazor, but Pharazôn has come up from the governance of Karasast and we've now pulled all of our governors out in fact. And he's going to lead that army. He's going to take down Captain Lunshag, curl around, reclaim the Black Gate and then join us in Mordor. And whilst he does that, we are going to hit Captain Zaguf, thus saving our Gimmelcad and allowing us to take Dirthang. Now, annoyingly, I can't really assault Dirthang because it will get a huge custom garrison. And I could assault it with the full army, I suppose. So if we make sure that he builds enough siege, then by the time the army can link up with him, then we might actually be able to take Dirthang, notwithstanding the garrison army. It's in our best interest, as somebody commented, and I would totally agree. Ideally, we want Mordor to take Minas Morgul so that we can get it back, because Minas Morgul's a nice, pretty prize, and Dol Amroth haven't helped us at all, so it feels rather offensive that they've got some claim to this terrain. But, as you can see, they are quite strong at the moment. In fact, I think Dol Amroth are arguably the strongest nation in the game at the moment. And they've got resources to spare to send an entire banner army to deal with about 10, if that. Yeah, not even 10. 7 orc companies, and they're going to overkill it hard. Well, there's a lot of trash in that, isn't there? There's 2 Gondor Cav militia. They've got coastal wardens, 2 Gondor militia. This fellow looks like he spends more time pruning his hair than getting ready for his portrait to be taken than he does commanding armies. We're training a small army in Calenhad, which will nip across the Anduin up at the falls of Hrauros and then take Gelebrin. So we'll take Mordor from Mordor's outside positions. Last time I moaned that Orkeslad was a castle, and also I've just noticed the Gelebrin is as well. And many of you said that it's been that for some time, but I do distinctly remember a time long past when Orkeslad was a town. But evidently it has been changed in the interim, almost certainly whilst I was a part of the team, so something that I oversaw, but Orkeslad literally means orc encampment, and I named it that because it was always a town. It was the closest essentially we could get to Orc Town without calling it Orc Town. Oh wow, they've saved up all their Black Uruk units and thrown them into this army. They've got 3 archers, 4 if you include the Orc archers, but Orc archers are a bit crap. Black Uruk archers aren't actually very bad, they're quite good. Their defense is poor though, as you can see there. 12 defense for their archers, that's awful. It's a fight we should definitely win, but it's just how we manage those archers. But we have to attack this army, we can't let them get to Gimmelcad because they will beat him. But we need to take Dirthang. We need to move on Barad-dûr as fast as we can. The timer ticks for the Witch King's demise. There's a 15-turn period after the death of any Nazgûl that they will respawn. Right, so we want to kill these and then ideally go and start testing the waters of Barad-dûr and see if anyone's over there. Because Ar-Gimmelcad can wait as long as necessary to take Dirthang. Now, we did attack them, so they've got the benefit of defense. But you just never know if the AI is going to attack you or sit back. You just never know. Because that hill up there is lovely. Particularly if they station themselves down here. But then it'd only be lovely if we started there. No, we don't want to do that. Let's try and sort of move our army to this hill on the presumption that the AI will probably just stay there and wait. Oh no, I'll tell you what we can do. Our catapults, our ballistae, we'll be able to shoot them almost immediately. So let's just test it out with that. And otherwise, everyone just sort of stand behind them. We'll maneuver you when we know what the enemy's going to do. Right, it looks like they're going to come for us. So we'll position our troops defensively. We've got a little bit of a hill over here, which is nice. So we'll sprint up to that. And then otherwise, we're just going to claim the defense. Oh, I keep thinking that unit is a Razadan Spearman. Oh, we've only got 3 halberdiers. Oh, I didn't realise that. That's a shame. In fact, much of our army is now quite depleted. Including the Avaloban. He's got hardly any men in his company. Avaloban is probably going to die today. Right, let's just cover the archers. Gimmelzor, get yourself up on that left-hand side. Take Avaloban with you. Avaloban acts as a screen. Those 3 halberdiers come and offer yourselves up as tribute. If you all want to sprint, just in case. They are actually just going to attack us. Oh, right. Well, start moving the ballistine back then, and I want to take you two onto our left-hand flank. There we are. Perfect. So we're in position, they're in position, they're moving their archers forward, and our siege will get back over here and start shooting them. Oh, look at their range. We're going to kill those orc archers, but the others are going to kill us, so we're going to offer up the warriors as sacrifice. Go and shut down their archers, or they're just going to decimate us. We'll kill their orc archers because their range is so terrible, but everything else we're not going to hit here. So we're going to move the whole army forward, in fact. Oh, and I've done it again, haven't I? That's a missile. That's a... Oh, that's probably got them killed off. Because now the Black Uruks are at the back. Catapults. Bring down those Black Uruks for me, please. Right, you go and help them. You go and help them. You're going to charge head on into Black Uruk Halberds. That's not great, but take Pharazôn's Faithful with you. And then we've got these two to help you on the side. This one is going to probably kill most, if not all, of our army, because... the Black Uruk archers, they'll just sit there and wipe us out if we didn't react.
Pray something changes in the course of battle, for defeat seems almost
And as the fella says, well, I mean, we are grossly outnumbered, it has to be said. Oh, why? What are you doing? Have a day off. Oh, Bannister, what are you doing? Target the Black Uruk archers. I gave you a command, now you are to obey. I'm so looking forward to not fighting Mordor. Mordor just, it creates inside of me an irrational hatred. Bubbles up within me whenever I fight these buggers. Oh, but we seem to have them cowering. If you give that a pop, I think we'll get a fair few of them to run away. Yeah, they are. We're going to take the day today because our enemy doesn't have a general. So we'll be able to save many of our forces, which is good.
For the moment, the fortune of battle goes our way. Let's pray it remains as such.
Oh, our Pharazôn's Faithful, you're never going to catch. Capture everything, capture everything. Oh, we're not quick enough. What are you fighting? Black Uruk Halberds? Yeah, it's always the Halberds that last till the end. Where's Gimmelzor? Oh, he is in amongst all that. Let's get stuck in. Round and Guard aren't a threat. But this is where we desperately needed cavalry. We almost killed the entire army. But they've now been able to get to the top of that hill and regroup. But now, I suppose, our archers can actually get involved, can't they?
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Oh, and so can their archers. Yes, smash. Brilliant. Oh, and our general's up there, almost on his own. Oh, no, he's got the armsman with him. He's got the armsman with him. Oh, we're shooting our own general there. Always nice to see.
Good tidings. The enemy general lies dead.
Right, let's send the shockwave of Captain Taguf's death. Couple that with a Númenórean war cry, and we should get... some more routing. Nothing I can do about the mass routing though, really, because we're slower than them. What have we got now then, though? Oh, and the lightning here really is annoying. I honestly do not blame you if you just check out until we're fighting against Gondor again, because these battle maps are just horrific. You put it at ×6 and it's like watching a rave. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Right, we desperately need the reinforcements that are pooling to take and support Kyrandros.
Pursue and run them down.
Because that's just killed another 30% of this army. It's just died off. Let's try not to shoot Avalobin in the back while he runs. That's not really tactical command, is it? What are we on? 86% of them. I mean, the Pharazon's Faithful lost basically no one. Gimel Zor lost hardly anyone, and he replenishes anyway. We're going to end it there because that lightning is just doing my nothing. 492 for 2,400 isn't bad, but...
This day. Remember it as the day of our most glorious victory.
Ar-Pharazon's Faithful, they killed 15. No, sorry, it's the other way around. They lost 15. They killed 86. Top spot 256, Ar-Adûnâim Armsman. Ar-Adûnâim Armsman. I mean, those numbers are okay, but given what we have to do, how much fighting we need to conduct in the lands of Mordor with the minimal forces that we have, numbers like that will see us lose. We'll see our decline. So we need to step it up. We must do better. And we shall. We can do better. Righty, so... execute them all. I think what I'm probably going to do is let's speed up the defeat of Dirthang. Merge all of those forces together.
Yes, my lord.
And then let's try and merge what we can over into his army. So let's take all the best things. Now, I'll tell you what, you go and command Urkestalad.
Your orders, my lord.
Yes, we're going to just try and merge what we can.
Your orders, my lord.
I have no idea what can merge and what can't.
Orders. Your will, my lord.
Anything that's not a full company, let's see if we can merge anything. Yeah, there we are. Getting some merging going on there.
Your orders, my lord.
Don't really need either of those, so these can go to Urkestalad. You've got 89 of them, which will merge with those. It's 110, that's nice to see. Oh, if you take the siege, then we don't need the battering rams.
Yes, my lord.
The rest of your army merge? Yes, it can. Alright, that's as merged as we're going to get. This is going to have to be our force. So we've got to go now. The attack on Dirthang must happen now.
Your orders, my lord.
I don't think we've even got a single siege. I feel like we should wait for at least one battering ram just in case. And have balls to it. Oh, we only got one unit of reinforcements. Oh, fantastic. Well, let's have a look, though, because I don't think we're going to defend Dirthang. So in order to show you off another settlement, and one that I really rarely ever see because it's nestled in Mordor, and I hate fighting Mordor, let's have a look at the settlement of Dirthang. Now, if memory serves, this is very similar to Cirith Ungol, except there's a single bridge to cross. And then the fortress rises behind that bridge. Yes. You go across the bridge, hit the gate. It has buildings, 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 buildings. Oh, smashing. It's one that has not been revamped yet, so there are no towers. So despite the ever-present threat of those walls and the really ominous feel of Dirthang, it doesn't actually have any towers, so the walls won't help the AI in any way, which means we can move the siege equipment up with impunity. And then we've just got to storm in and take out whoever's inside. Ballister, will you be able to fire from there? We got two of them this time, so I'm not worried that we're gonna not win it. And we're gonna win it in glory and style with Ar-Pharazon's Faithful. It's a shame that there's no towers, really, isn't it? It could really do with having some towers. It could really do as well with this, maybe a slightly different texture pack or something, because that wall really does look like it's straining. Like, when you consider that one and then look at that one, the difference is insane. This one is still not wonderful textures for 2021, but at least it doesn't look like it's being stretched out 1,000 times over. You can still make out little detail, like these cracks in the wall here. When you look at this one, you can tell that's a stretched texture. That's not supposed to look like that. So I think the towers could possibly do with a bit of an upgrade. I don't know what the... Oh, it's because they were on fire and I turned them off.
We've breached the
yeah, there we go. Is the enemy... Are both of them up there? Yeah, they are. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to send in Ar-Pharazon's Faithful. Oh, what a horrible battle map. Look at that. You go in and then you got to climb up that tiny little ramp. And is that the only way to the square? Oh, no, you can get up this left-hand ramp. Right-hand side as well, sorry, and then get through that way. Can you get through that way? It looks like you might be able to. It stops you just there, though, so maybe not. Maybe these are the only two ways up. This is a really bizarre battle map. You can tell I've never fought here before, can't you? Let's just sprint in our ranged units. The ones of note. Oh, it's a cool looking bridge though. I always like the aqueduct style bridges, think they look good. We'll rain fire down on our enemies. Our Farazan's Faithful will hold up on this slope without any trouble. We're up against just simply the Uruk Bodyguard and then the Orc defenders. Uruk Bodyguard are alright, but our Farazan's Faithful are just in a league of their own, so I'm not worried in any way. But we don't want them to be fighting on the slope, is the only thing. Our soldiers have
proved their worth today. The enemy's walls belong to us now.
Although, no, now that I say that, actually, I don't think it really matters, because we're going to try and shoot at them first. We'll soften the enemy up as much as possible with ranged fire. He says, I don't know how we're going to be able to shoot at them. Oh, and you can't even stand on the wall. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to manage this, but we'll give it a go. Because they can't reach from there, so we're going to have to go up and stand basically in front of them. Oh, and you can't even position yourself there. Oh dear, this battle map is horrendous. Okay, if you're watching and you're still part of the team, can please come and do something about this battle map. It looks fantastic, but man alive is this battle map difficult to maneuver troops. Alright, they're in position. Can you get to there, or are you going to have to go through the pikes? No, look, they can't. They can't even sneak past the side. What about going that way instead, then? Don't do arcing shots. Don't waste yourself with arcing shots. You're just going to kill Faithful.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Oh, and look at the formation that they take. That's a joke. Oh, come on. Yeah, I take back everything that I said that was good about this battle map. I mean, it's a defender's dream, isn't it? It's a bridge battle disguised as a city battle. Now, as soon as they start shooting, the enemy is just going to disengage from our faithful. Send someone over to deal with him, surely. No, they're not. We can't risk going too far into the square, because if we do trigger the "we are taking the enemy's town centre," then the enemy will disengage from our faithful and start targeting the crossbows, which we just can't allow.
The enemy are badly bloodied. Our men are in command of the castle.
Ah, there we are. We've softened them so much now that there's no way around it. Right, you can both stop firing now. Stop firing, stop firing. The pikes have got this now. Oh, it's because they're on bloody fire at will. The only one that still is. Alright, so we've got 17 Orc Bodyguard and only 7 Orc Defenders, but we've now allowed the pikes to manoeuvre around at will. We have taken a few losses on the pikes, sadly, but that's alright. Fall of Dirthang is another huge blow to Mordor. This might actually bring about our downfall, because if this then summons Mordor's last stand army, we don't have the forces to deal with it. We just do not have an army to deal with it. I don't know which one the actual general is. It's this fellow here, actually, isn't it? Spoke too soon. Yeah, well, there's no point continuing. 16 men died, and how many were killed by us? 2. But then 5 were healed anyway, so... And would you believe it? Ah, they were Rosadan bowmen. They weren't even crossbows. Oh, I could have sworn they were crossbows I sent in, but apparently not. Baruthios' watch managed to kill 2 before the battle was joined. The crossbows I brought in second killed 35, but the Rosadan bowmen actually killed the most on their position over there. 135. See, we could have definitely taken next to no losses if we could just shoot the town square from the gate, but alas, you cannot. So you've got to climb that stupid little hill, which cost us 16 brave Pharazon's faithful. Now, obviously, with the number of orcs that we just killed, 16 our Pharazon's faithful is not a problem at all. But every Ar-Pharazon's man that we lose is a blow to our people. 13,000 people live in Dirthang. Would you get 10,000 gold if we... But no, killing the population is always more important. Now this one, I don't think I'm going to wipe out the populace because I don't think this is going to fall anytime soon. Wipe out the populace, I mean destroy all the buildings. Now we don't need that, so I will... Oh no, that gives us public order, doesn't it? We'll hold on to that for the moment. Brawler's Pit doesn't do anything, so we'll take the money for that. Did they build a warg? A beast cage, yeah. And the Black Temple. We don't... There we go. Finally answering the question. We don't get Dark Numenorians, even if we capture the very region from where they come from. So the Black Temple means absolutely nothing to us, which is a shame. I would have thought we'd be able to convince them to fight with us. To get them to join our side. But it's not to be, so we're going to destroy that. Now, I don't actually want to defend Dirthang either, really. We don't want to invite Mordor that far back.
Your will, my lord.
Yes, my lord.
Orders.
But you're going to have to go over and hit Landshag. That's something we've already discussed that we are now going to do. It's our third action for the video today. Setting everything up nicely. But as I say, we can't leave the army here. Oh, but we can't actually move out. So for now, you are all going to stand there. So you might as well retrain whatever units could be retrained. I assume it's armor upgrades. They must have a high tier... is it armor upgrades or is it something else? Well, where is their blacksmith? Oh, there, blacksmith. Chainmail. Yeah, it will be armor upgrades, yeah. Yes. Oh, we can get trade routes. Of course, we get access to the highest tier roads, don't we? Gimmelka, can you move out? I'm going to risk it for a biscuit so that he can build me a tower.
Yes, my lord.
Ah, there we are. Look, we've got some Mordor scum moving in on Orc-Kesselad. But Estelad, I think, will hold. Particularly against just those two units. Yeah, and that's no trouble at all. We've got plenty of archers.
Your orders, my lord.
But we really need him. I mean, ideally, I need him across the mountain now. Waiting to come through the gate is not ideal. I think what we might have to do is send this army up to take back the gate and send him straight through. Because I'm hoping that Dol Amroth will defeat Captain Malbug on the next turn, but let's hit Landshag for now and then we'll go from there. So Landshag, 2 halberds. This time they've only got 2 archers, which helps us greatly. We don't have a general, but we've got a full army of elite units. Well, no, that's a lie. I don't know what Captain Kaldemir has, but we'll fight with him. We don't have a full army of elite units, but we've got a large army, and many of them are elite. I'm really disappointed we don't get Dark Numenorians. We must have discussed it, and I suppose at some point we agreed that from a sort of DaC lore perspective, as I discussed in one of the live streams a while ago, they wouldn't fight for the Ar-Adûnâim, would they? They would rather die than fight for the Ar-Adûnâim, which is true. But then now that I'm here, you just kind of feel like I've slogged all the way over the bloody mountains, and I don't even get the consolation prize of being able to train the Dark Numenorians. You would think you would be able to, and were I still on the team, I absolutely would change it so that you can get them. Because what are the chances that you've actually it's the age-old argument that I always put to my teammates was if you've been playing for as long as this I've been playing with this one, and to be honest, we've got the campaign fairly well sewn up. We'd really struggle to now lose this unless Gondor attacked me out of the blue in the next few turns while I'm defeating Mordor. And so getting those few Dark Numenorian units is not going to change the world for our campaign. We've got our Pharazon's Faithful already, who are better than those Dark Numenorian units. We've got our Abrazanim units now, who are arguably also better than those Dark Numenorian units. So we don't need them. They're not going to revolutionise our roster and make our campaign suddenly a doddle. And fighting all the way up to Dirthang only to be rewarded with nothing just feels like such a blow. It feels so disappointing. Now, the enemy is going to stand there and think I'm going to walk across the bridge, but I'm not. I'm going to use almost every single shot from these ballistas, these ballistae, on this Black Uruk archer. But what you will want to see, of course, are the Gondor infantry. Now, they don't have their armor upgrades, so they are not fully upgraded yet, but this is what Gondor infantry look like when they fight for the Ar-Adûnâim. They take the symbol of Umbar on their shield, which could be revamped to touch so that they get Castellan's new Umbar symbol. And they take the old symbol of Umbar on their chest. So again, Castellan, if you'd like to turn your hand for the fantastic revamp you've done for the Ar-Adûnâim and just touch up the Gondorian Ar-Adûnâim units as well, that'd be fantastic. Right, this is all that came in as our reinforcement, so we don't really want to get them involved because they'll just die if they fight anything in that army. So we'll just position them so that if the enemy does come, they're at least in position, they're ready. But otherwise, we're just going to wait while we kill them all with these ballista crews. We've got almost no ranged units. And of course, I have no doubt that those Black Uruk archers have a range of 180, and we have a range of 170 and a range of 140. So we cannot outrange them. So the ballista is all we've got. But it does feel like a bit of a waste to use it against their archers, doesn't it? I think we should probably target the halberdiers. Soften them up. I didn't really realise that this would be a bridge battle. This was disappointing. It's interesting that they're letting us kill... This crew is probably going to take a good 10% of the enemy army out. And they're just going to sit and take it. They're not coming across this bridge. But the archers are in a too thin a line, so they're not in a good position for us to hit them. But look at that. They've done wonderful there. They've killed about 70 of them. Alright. And then that's them done. Oh, no. Can you pick up these for me, please, and move them out of the way? Thank you. Right, we have no choices now. We're crossing the bridge. So, have we got anything that we don't really care too much about? Yes, Gondor Militia and Gondor Infantry. You would think, oh no, but Galu Gondor Infantry are good. They're attack of 8, defense of 19. That's fantastic. They are as good as the Ar-Adûnâim Nardu Tariq. Yes, they are. But also, they only train from Gondor, and they will not retrain really anywhere in the world. So, let's use them as fodder. They are rarer. And whilst they are good, and I'm happy to have them in the army, if we need them again, we can. At the moment we only train them from one location, so I consider them a sort of novelty unit, really. So we'll use them as arrow fodder. Interesting that they've decided the best unit to defend the bridge is the archer unit.
The battle is very much in
So
our favor.
we'll be able to kill those off. Now what we can do is move our own archers onto the bridge. So archers go behind and crossbows go in front. And you guys, I just want you to kill the Black Uruk archers. But look, we're getting rained on by the Orc archers. Move up, move up, move up. Now stop. Now hit them. Hit them quick. Quick, 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 quick. There's 2 of you. There's only 1 of them. Give them the volleys that you can. There we go. Bought you a bit of time. Right, we're going to need to send more troops in now. And we're going to do it from where they least expect it. Move all of those up. And then we've got Rosadan Halberdiers. Get yourself across the bridge. We're sending in the low tier. We're definitely sending in the low tier. Orc archers getting killed off. We've killed the Black Uruk archers, I should say. Oh, yes, and our Azrazair have arrived. They'll die, but at least I'm happy for them to die. They're one of our worst units, as you're well aware. They are. This is their exact purpose, really, to do the dying for us. So I was always going to send them in. It's a shame that our crossbows are taking such a hit, and it's a shame that we have hardly any archers. I thought this reinforcing army would actually really bolster our force, but they've not got any ranged units, which is a shame. Oh, is that Black Uruk Halberd running? Oh no, that's our Gondor infantry run. Well, they fought well. They've done well. Can't hold it against them. Right, you can fire whatever you like. You can fire whatever you like. Are you going to carry on targeting the archers? You are, aren't you? They're the only clear unit. Look at the Azrazair are peppering them no end and not killing any. And in fact, they've run out of arrows. Oh dear. Right, but the enemy has beaten our Azrazair. No surprises there. So Rosadan footmen, you're going to be needed as well. Get across the bridge. Oh dear, we've lost 15% of our army. Oh, but then it's 15% of our combined, and I don't care about these. They can die as much as they like. Oh, sorry, I should zoom in. Also for my own benefit, so I can see what kind of line of sight we've got. More units routing. It's the bloody halberdiers. They're such a pain in the neck. It's because they're armor piercing, and they really are in that same sort of. They're nowhere near as good as pikes, obviously, but they are very deadly. And we have no general here either. It's time, isn't it, to just lump everything we've got across this bridge. And the halberds down to 57. Those black orcs were wavering, but no. No. Everyone who hasn't gone in, go and get in. Because they're just going to massacre our units. It's this annoying ass bridge battle. You got no choice but to just slog your way through it. Ah, yes, they broke as our army arrived. Fantastic news. Fantastic news.
Behold how our cowardly foe racked.
Nice.
This is a clear
Just
victory.
1,000 men. Are you joking? Oh my good God. Although most of them were the Azrazair, as I say, but oh dear. 1,000 men. It's madness. But it's alright. Our army in Calenhad will now be ready. Gellerbrin won't get another army like that out, so we won't have to defend Kyrandros again. The Black Gate needs to build some buildings before it can train some troops, so we've got a 5-turn sort of window on that. But as we say, the Dirthang garrison will now move on the Black Gate, with the Indrazor's army now moving across the mountains to Kadar and Gimmelthon. Ah, well done, Captain Indrazor.
We have
Of course it's a bridge battle, you moron, Galu. They're standing on a bridge.
Yes, my lord.
Right, we will do an end turn, but then I'm probably going to call it a day there. But I just really want to make sure that Mal Bug is defeated and see what kind of happens with Mordor. So let's kick off the end turn. Yes, Mal Bug was defeated. So we can walk past him now. Although, Dol Amroth, did he just almost wipe out your banner army you sent to support? That is awful. How bad are you? And how ridiculously overpowered is Mordor in the auto-resolve? The trait of Mordor being OP continues, I see. Mordor sending more troops. We've got another Nazgul, but the Nazgul not leading the banner army, bizarrely. Now, obviously, we're not going to get across that bridge very quickly. So Orkesterlad is going to fall. And we're going to be in a bit of a tit-for-tat war against Mordor, unfortunately, until we can really start flooding across the river. Oh, Dirthang got a Raiders Guild. Yeah,
I am but an ally, Lord.
Your orders, my lord.
Yes.
Yes, my lord.
You can all get over to there. Can those troops that have just trained in there come with you? Yes, they can. And yes, there's room for them. Fantastic. Oh, I'd like the archers as well, to be honest.
Yes,
Got anything
my
that's
lord.
not really that great? Yeah, look, you 49 of you. Or is there one worse than that? No, 49 of you. I'll take the lot.
As you wish. Joining
He's going to get more troops in a turn anyway. I know there's a low tier archers, but just anything to pepper Mordor would be good. Alright, so that army's going to come across. Now, I don't want to...
Yes, my lord. Your orders, my lord.
I don't really want anyone to die at Orkesterlad, and Captain Durthang will take it.
Yes,
So
my lord.
I think it is in our best interest to move that army up and try and... Let's get the gate back under our control. If they then retake Dirthang... If they move to retake Dirthang, we can destroy all the buildings. That's not a problem. I feel like we kind of possibly should just destroy all the buildings anyway. Because once Mordor falls, we're not going to use these places for ages. It's going to take years to get any use out of this place. And it's not worth even building buildings here at the moment with the risk of the enemy sitting on top of us.
Your orders, my lord.
So, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the full army of
Yes,
Dirthang out.
Your orders, my lord.
They're going to go up there. They're going to
Yes,
link
my
up with
lord.
Ardkimmerkad, and they're going to hit them around. And the garrison of
Your orders, my
Orkesterlad is going to move back to Dirthang, which is more important for us to try and hold, and is an easier place to defend, more importantly. See if you can sneak in a militia garrison in the next 3 turns. And Orkesterlad will probably just rebel and join Mordor, but Mordor can't make any use of it at the moment. They'll get their low-tier trash, but I'll deal with your
Yes, my
low-tier
lord.
trash till the cows come home, Mordor, so no trouble there. I think we might look to build that in Kadar and Gimmelthon, actually, because we have held that for some time
Your
now.
orders, my lord.
Alright, and the Calenhad army is indeed ready.
Orders.
Are you training those last 3? Yes, you are. So that whole force is moving over to Gellerbrin.
Yes.
Oh, I tell you what, actually, then.
Yes, my lord.
Oh, Indrasor. Hello there.
Your
One of
orders,
you, I
yes,
think, should
your
possibly
orders,
move
my
over and command that. No, why? We don't need a captain to take down Mordor, do we? But it would help, and we don't need 2
Yes,
generals in this army.
Your orders, my
Yeah,
lord.
so Pharazon,
With honor.
you
We
move
can
out.
go
You're going to
no
go and
further,
command
my
them.
lord.
Yes. my
Indrasor's
lord.
going to cut across the
We
mountains.
can go no
And
Your
Gimmelcad will
orders,
take
my
back the
lord.
Morannon before Mordor can actually put it to good use. And we should be able to hold Dirthang. He can't reach
I'm
Dirthang in
gonna
one turn.
stick
That
you.
buys us that time. And he
Yes,
can
my lord.
get to Orchestrad in the next turn.
shall
So it'll be an
continue
interesting one what
tomorrow.
happens after this. Oh, and Eastern Osgiliath bit on archery range. Oh, Eastern Osgiliath, look at the garrison forces you can build. Baruthia's Watch are now available to train. Oh dear, it's a dream. We don't need the crappy trash that I've put for recruitment over here. No, no, no. Don't need the Azrazair Warriors. The problem, I really do wish the Azrazair went back to looking like the other Azrazair. That would be my only request. It's a nice looking model, but they are in the same sort of tier as the Archers. The Archers have a defense of 7, the Warriors have a defense of 9. They're exactly in that tier. 8 defense with the Raiders with a 4 attack, 9 defense with a 7 attack. Compared with the Halberdiers, 11 defense. Right, their attack's obviously much lower. But the Footmen, who are your entry level, and the Footmen and the Halberdiers have defenses of 16 and 11, and the Halberdiers' defense is only 11 because of how strong Halberdiers are. So I really wish the Azrazair Warriors were in that same low tier, so you can, at a glance, immediately know to avoid training them, because they're not very useful now. I know that Strike Infantry does have a place throughout much of the game, but I don't think that they're actually all that useful now. 92 turns in, so I really wish it was easier to distinguish them. Okay, right, well, that's where I'm going to end it. So thank you very much for tuning in. Next week should be the start of the Khazad-dûm campaign, but there is a very real risk that next week might just have no videos, because next week there's a lot of stuff I've got to do for the wedding, and the actual part of the wedding actually takes place next week. So I'm down on days massively, and then I'm off work for a week, so I've also got to get loads of stuff ready for work. So it's going to be a really busy week. So at the moment, I'm quite tempted to just take next week off and then record again when I come after my wedding, when I have a full week off work, and so I can record in the day without any trouble. I'm undecided yet, but I want to give Khazad-dûm a good go and give him a nice introduction at the start of the campaign to really get us going. So I'm not sure yet if there'll be any videos next week. But anyway, for now, that's the last DaC one for this week. Remember, there won't be a live stream this weekend, but there is one more Battle for Middle-earth video that will come this week. But until we speak again, dear friends, Navarre and Adem Peramad Melonin, and farewell.